the hand, instead of running, start again, sorry. My hand, instead of running down from here, there's no space. So I'm working the angle along the leg. So if I'm level on the back, this is a really hard angle to get to. So I'm trying to turn my body so that we're running the same way together. So I'm not going a T-section across the body, I'm running across. My hand goes down to the ground, forms a fist. And what I'm doing is, I'm walking backwards behind her, but I'm flaring my arm out. So I'm kind of going, I'm going to move this way, my arm does that. So all it does, it creates the opportunity for my hand to come through, and all I'm doing is trapping onto the trap. Fingers down, and I hold it nice and deep. And again. So this position here, once again, is it doesn't work if I'm here, because I can't get the penetration. I can definitely get the leg, but if I do, it's down here, which allows her to roll me over. Yeah, exactly. So what I'm going to do from here is, I change my direction so we're running the same way. My hand goes down from here and I'm running it along. And I keep walking backwards, but as I walk backwards, I flare. My hand comes through. And I'm definitely keeping everything nice and tight now. Like my chest is onto her back or side back. And it's very hard for her to roll me over. So if she tries to roll me, it's going to give me everything that I want. Because she has to pop up to roll, so I get my hooks in, I get everything that I want. Okay guys, swap over. So we're starting on that, and I'll just open this up a little bit. So Emma can't go sideways, so she's running the same direction as me. And the hand runs down the leg and forms a fist. She's now kind of walking towards my back, flaring my leg, and the arm shoots under my armpit and on top of my trap. But she's got to keep all the weight on top of me. So this makes it hard for me to move her to roll. Every time that I try and roll to my left, which is this way, she simply picks my leg up with her hand and stops me. Every time that I try and roll away from her, she tightens the grip, so I'm basically just dragging her around. We don't want to come up the end, right? So anytime that you lift your weight, I'm going to roll you over. So it's more about your weight down and not So if I can get my weight, I can start to get my escape from here, right? Because I've got your arm caught, so it's very hard for you to get onto the back because I've caught your arm. There's all this locks and things like that as well. So it's more about having your weight down on me, spread even through me, and less about having your weight onto my shoulders. If you put your weight on my shoulders, I raise my hips. If you put your weight onto my hips, I'll roll my shoulders. So it's got to be spread through the whole body. Okay, so Emma does it again. Yeah. So she slides her hand through, changes direction, walks behind me, flares my leg out, captures. So what I mean by that is she's controlling my shoulders and she's controlling my hips. So all she has to do is put her weight down. Yeah, so she doesn't have to move at this stage here. Right, so her weight's evenly distributed right through the whole. She's now going to open this hand up, and the hand that's on my leg is now going to disengage and come. She's going to clap her hands together. Up, that way. So, and then we start to cinch it. But what we're doing is, see how Emma's like steady? So Emma's giving me the opportunity to roll her because she's taking the weight off my shoulders again. And this is really important because this is the mistakes that you're going to be making as we go through this, and we need to capitalise on it. So what I was saying about where your weight goes, as far as the distribution is, when you remove the hand from the leg to cup the other hand,
you have to set yourself backwards.
Yeah, because otherwise you can already feel like your whole weight's transferred. And it's not that Emma's doing wrong. This is what you know. When we first started doing this, is what every single person will do, and it's really good for you guys to see what the most common mistakes are when you first start learning something. So this isn't something that Emma's like we pre-rehearsed. I mean, this is stuff like for her,
this is naturally always makes mistakes.
No, this is a class, and it's kind of like I'm not going to tell you what to do. You've just got to guess what I'm trying to do. But it enables me to show you mistakes that would normally happen if we were doing this. So it's a really good way for everyone to learn. Well, you get a really good thing because you get this really don't do that. Okay, so you learn what you'd normally do, and I'll fix up. So you get a really good heads up on everyone else, you know? Okay, so I'm going to do it for you, and I'm going to explain it to you. So Emma's on here. So once again is my weight's driving in, so my weight's this way, this way, this way, this way, this way. Change, bolt from here. What I'm doing now is I'm cupping here. or cupping here.
Yeah.
So my elbow's on her back and my elbow's in. So if she tries to roll, everything's tight. I bring my elbow over and I start to roll back now. And my head's higher than her head. And I'm pulling her in and I'm squeezing my knees as hard as I can. I now just start to pull my elbows backwards to get the choke. And I'll do this one more time. So there's a little bit of detail in this, but my weight kind of stays in this area here. It doesn't go here and it definitely doesn't go here. Shortcut the system. 1, walk backwards. Shoot the hand. I'm trying to be really nice from here. Shoot the hand, control. So what I'm doing is, this is what I don't want you guys to go, you can already feel straight away like, yeah, 100%. So what I'm doing is I'm shooting here. So I'm still kind of really low.
You almost like purchase yourself behind my shoulder blade.
Yeah, so
I feel like that.
this here holds it on. I'm not going to do it because it's shot. This one holds it here. And it's really hard for her to move. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to fall, but I'm falling up this way and I'm going to pull her onto me. So the way I pull her onto me is, as I open up my elbow, I'm going to exaggerate, comes up, and then I close my elbow and squeeze. So my head is either, this is the best position for me, right? Because my hands are on top, so I close the gap up and I squeeze. Where if I find I'm here, this is a really hard choke to finish, and it allows her to turn her head down and roll away. Yes, got it. Where if I'm here, she tries to roll away. So I want your head to be underneath him, but we're kind of underneath the partner, so they're not on top of us. So when we're rolling, we're trying to pull them down as well. Good tip. See how good my coaching is, eh? So turtle position, she gets her grip first of all, nice. Walks backwards first of all, walks backwards, I'll post, very cinches. Now this is the hardest part is, as I try to move, she's just going to bring her right hand, or the leg hand, we're going to pull it, and she cups. Got it. And now, she puts a lot of tension, but try and use the blade. Yeah, and your hands are on my neck. Yes, that's painful. Perfect. And if you go too high, if your hands are too high, above it, it's not really a choke. So try and get these right into the, yeah, perfect. So as I try to turn, Emma's going to roll and she's going to put her head here underneath me. So if you put that, she drops her head first.
Which way do my knees?
You're just going to fall onto your left side and put your head underneath. So just
It
fall.
doesn't matter that I'm slipping off the shoulder.
No. And now pull your elbows in. Well, and cinch. Got it. So see how you roll and then pull me into position? Yeah. And if you've lost the bottom hook, we'll do the back control drill, which is hook, then heel. So that spreads me out. Now what we want to do is we've got to keep your head under, and think about this way is, if you pull this up tight and now start to, instead of crunching, everything comes in, head, shoulders, yeah, nice. And I'm like, nope, not coming on. You open up your hand, you shoot this through, grab your bicep, comes over, and now, yeah, so that way.
Yeah.
So we're going to go from the choke, come back to the hand grip, pump it, pump. So for me, it's like you might choke someone from here, right? Depending on who they are and your strength, etc. So as I try to defend it, we simply open up, but don't let go. Open your hand, slide your hand through to your bicep on the inside, and don't put it in front where I can grab it. Yep. So you're pulling it here. Nice. And now everything just crushes in. Yes, beautiful. That grip change. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a bit of detail. Can I get you into your place? And give me back.
Both.
So if I'm doing my choke from here and I go like this is armbar territory. Right? So it's not how I'm going to do it. So what I'm going to do from here is I'm going to turn my elbow up, my hand. So there's no opportunity. Where if my palm's that way, for me to grip it, I have to come forward. or if I turn my palm up here, that also holds your head in position. And now I just go here. So if you now reach to grab my arm, I'll let you pull it. And I'll go to my koala bear, and I'll finish with my koala bear, or I'll switch it and finish. Yeah, so it doesn't matter. But when we're on this grip here, I don't want you guys doing that, even from the side back, because this is definitely an armbar. The way I do is I turn my knuckles into the head, and I simply grip here. You've got your Jitsu choke as well if you want to, but of course my head's here. This is a really tight choke. Straight away, so I'll swap over. So Emma has the seatbelt grip. Can you go the other way? Just to keep it universal. So we're trying to put, instead of here where I can hand fight, we're trying to put the seatbelt grip up here. Right. Yeah, so now your knuckles on the armpit arm go into my head. Yeah, so just open. And now, simply slide. Yes, heaps better. And keep your head right here. So now squeeze. Number one, I'll grab the hand to go to koala bear. So koala bear. If you can now, if you can't do it, you swap your hand. So the system's pretty good as far as it goes. So we'll just go one more time nice and slow. So seatbelt grip. Hit you up, equal. So this is no, because I can hand fight you from here. So you've got two choices, either goes underneath the armpit or goes on the shoulder. We're going to go into the shoulder, right? But because the position that we're working from is better. So from here, she puts her head on this side, turns her knuckles into my head, and re-grips into a bicep. Cool. So this is basically just like your Jitsu choke from here. Yep, so. And we normally tip our partner what's going to do the drill. So as we start to drill, so first choke squeeze, so that we're compressing. Good job. I'll grab the hand, I'll pull it in, so as I'm trying to go straight to koala bear. Beautiful. I break the koala bear grip, so you switch your hand. Rear naked choke. So the system's pretty easy as far as the Das, koala bear, anaconda, rear naked. They're all pretty much flow together depending on how I attack it. The question Das and anaconda and the grips is, if you have your seatbelt grip up on my shoulder, so we're definitely going to go left hand onto right bicep to finish the choke. So the Das anaconda, left hand onto right bicep. Good job. If the hands are the opposite way, so your grip's on my armpit on the other side, we're simply going to go the other way. So this hand grabs the other bicep and brings it around my back of my head, and you start choking that way. So sometimes when we go seatbelt grip, if I'm fighting and your hands end up over here, we're going to leave the hands here for the choke. If I'm fighting and I'm pulling and go here, we simply swap the hands the opposite way. This one's a little bit harder, but you still get the choke. So a lot of people, like, you know, besides actual technique, besides the technique, like it's a head arm choke. But instead of me kind of going like which way it goes, it's what position are you in to be able to do it. So if they're on the shoulders, I'm cupping this way, but it's under the armpit, I'm cupping. So shoulders, it's basically the master hand, the control hand is the choke hand, and that's what enables me to get the choke. So a couple of people have sent messages and that are like, what hand do I use and when do I switch it and all that. Sometimes it's not up to you. Sometimes when my opponent or my partner is starting to do the work for me, and they just choose which hand or which side to go through. We're going to go to the full guard now. I'm going to put this together for you guys in a little bit of a drill, and I'll do the first sequence. I'll do it 3 or 4 times, and then we'll swap over, and we'll do it 3 or 4 times, and then I'll put it into the drill for you guys. Okay, so I'm using my side by close guard. The concept on this is I'm going to push her one way so that she posts. And on the side that she posts is I'm pulling my leg out. Really easy. So I come up, I sit up, I push, she posts. So it's hard for her to grab my leg because she's posted. And if she goes to grab my leg, then I'll basically sweep her over. Okay. So I now go elbow hand, come backwards, and I'm going to go really slow. I pendulum, I balance, pull, I pull the head, and I go to my control. So this is the position that we're in. And again. So we're not going to go any harder, faster. We're just going to do 3 or 4 times each. Full guard, close guard. The way I like to do it is break my partner down, control. And what I'm doing is I'm doing a really silly hip bump sweep. So I'm just kind of like going, get off me from here. She posts. Disengage, head snap, control. And again. So you don't have to do it any harder or faster than that. I'm definitely popping out to the side. So if Emma's posting on this side here, I'm popping out to the opposite side because it's harder for her to go. I'm going to deal with this in a second, like if she holds me with this hand, what we do. Triangles, omoplatas, arm bars. I kind of want it to hold me.
Why would I do that?
And why would you hold it? Okay, so again, small hip escape, head control. Pull in, she gets posture, I use that to push her over, like it's a really good system. Bop, 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 disengage, round the outside, control, from here. Yeah, I'm not going to pull you, we'll do a head, I'm just going to take it easy on Emma's head. I just go to this really nice and lightly, so this time Emma uses her left hand or this hand to keep hold of my body. So we're doing the same person again, so break my partner down, she resists up, so boom, come up, okay, right, head snap, bop, straight to your triangle choke. So it's a really easy way to finish the triangle choke as well, or actually get into the triangle choke. Okay guys, swap over, 1, 2, 3. Full guard, from here. So Emma breaks me down, grabs hold of my head, from here. I post up, she pushes, pop, I post. As she distances, so pulls the leg out, head snaps, boom. And we get the leg control first, so don't worry about this. Because remember, we can't get that if I'm doing good jiu-jitsu, so it's all about the control. Okay, 1, do this 4 times, let's go again. So leg control, leg control, leg control first. That stops you, that stops me from fading spin to guard, and also hitting like a single or double leg on you. Head control, head control, head control. Breaks me down, I'll push backwards, post, pull, head snap, boom. Leg control. 2. Boom, posture, breaks me down, I post up, boom, post up, boom. 3. And this time what she's going to do is she's going to throw the leg over my shoulder into the triangle. So, breaks me down, breaks me down, breaks me down, sits up, I get posture, I'll post. What she does this time is pull, and we're straight into the triangle choke. Really easy, so sit up, roll over, sweep, or push, pull to the triangle. Okay. We're going to do the system now, so I'm going to make it nice and slow, so swap over guys. Emma's inside my full guard or my closed guard. So, from here, I break my partner down, she resists, post, pull my leg out, head snap, boom, control, work behind my partner, cinch my grip, 1, 2, we're pulling down her body, leg comes through, roll, choke number 1, choke number 2. Just make sure that you keep your chest onto their back and that their head isn't higher than your head, because it's hard to choke someone from here. It's easy to choke someone from here. So we want to keep them in this zone here. We definitely don't want to be up here. Okay, again. So full guard again, guys. Up. Okay, so as you push backwards, post, come up, head snap, boom, control. Walk backwards, flare the leg, come underneath, keep my weight down on her, grip from here, roll, so drop down to my hip, knee squeeze, no hip this time, head comes underneath. Perfect position, choke. So that would be one of the best, like a head underneath there is just absolutely perfect. Like that's my favourite way of choking them. Head underneath, and we're just basically pulling one up. Mate of mine got a really hard head and really hard ears, so.
Oh no, that was good talking. You're about to sound like
talking to you. Okay, and again, so full guard, control, post up. Okay, so here it's just simply a push from here, just in case I don't bring my leg over the danger zone, I bring my leg out. Head snap, boom. Control, walk backwards, get my grip from here, hold it for a second, tie it up, pull it into me, a little bit of a change of plan, open up my right leg, and straight into the back choke. So it's just an awesome little step over from that. So this is when they're trying to run, step over on their back and it goes straight into the back choke. It's a really cool little choke. Okay, I'm just going to do it now, guys. So swap over, 1, 2, 3. Keep going. So I'm here, gets head control. I'm trying to post. So it's boom, pushes, disengages. I'm like, no way. Walks around behind, opens me up, arm comes through, grip, pulls me onto my hip, head goes low, cinches the choke. Okay, from here, leg comes over, big squeeze. Oh. And then you can go to your anaconda or darts from there as well. What are you doing, Neo? Okay.
Eat the apple.
Not one there, 3. So from here, head control. I'm posting up, she goes with me, big push, bop, post from here. Okay, so what we're doing is walk around, flare my leg, hand comes through. So see how like my weight's already here? So what Emma's going to do is she's going to, she's going to wait for me to start to move. As I move, she's going to cup my hands together and pull her right leg over. So as I move, right leg comes over, boom, that just holds the air. So it puts me in the perfect position. Now, all we're going to do is just going to start to work. So we squeeze, by hand fight, reset your grip, so grab your bicep. Yeah. So if my partner does try to run, we'll try and climb onto the back as they're running and try and step that one hook in, not both hooks in, just the one hook. One more time, guys. Control, guard passing, bop, push, pull from here. So I'm going to do the run this time. So as I try and run, Emma runs the left hand through, yeah, puts the right hook over and cups her hands together. Yeah, perfect, like that. So see how she's got the control? So as I try and turn, she starts to squeeze, sets up the re-grip on the hands because the elbow's a little bit low. So she's going to open up this hand, yeah, nice. But she's trying to roll me this way. Yeah, squeeze. So you're trying to crush me. No, if you roll me backwards, you're opening me up and allows me to move. So you want to try and push me into the ground always. And you're always better off on the back and try to have your partner belly down. Okay. We're just going to do this last one. I didn't get a chance to do this one. The guys are just going to start head to head. So on our knees. So head to head. What I'm going to do from here is really, I'm just got a couple of sore shoulders at the moment, so I'm not going to do anything too hard. So we have the grips. So starting off with the grips, what I'm doing from here is I'm going to shoot my hand onto the inside and whip her down at the same time. So I shoot my hand onto the inside and whip. So number 1. So just nice, easy choke. Number 2 is I'll do the same thing. So is I whip her down from here and I come through. From this position here, I can't get the rear naked choke. I've gone to the armpit grips. So I cinch it up from here, roll my knee down, and we go nice and easy. Roll my partner down from here, and I'm like in the Ezekiel choke position. And the way this works, the way that people, if I just squeeze here, I'm squeezing through her back. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to lift this arm up. Alright, good boy. So I'm lifting, and that makes that tighter. So now that shoulder is in on the neck, and I slow squeeze. So let me reiterate again. Right, she's going to be trying to pull the arm down. So I use this to leave it up. If my partner is strong, right, I'm trying to lift up. She goes, no way. My hand just comes under, and just go from under, and my hand goes for the choke. Right. So from here, I'm trying to do my dash. She defends it. So I hold, my hand simply comes through, and start my choke. She'll start to do exactly what she's doing where she's defending. Okay? From there, roll backwards and choke. As long as I'm holding my bicep, so I'm not holding her, my hands onto my bicep. Can you just move your hands? So my hands onto my bicep. So what I'm doing this is I'm using, instead of having the grip like this, I'm working that grip, but I'm working it from here instead. So it's here. So even if she's got my arm, if she's trying to do the arm bar, whatever like that, I simply squeeze and I get the choker. Is that going there? So that's just a little variation that I like to do from there is when people start to get the arm bar, I start young, I still use the same grip, but I just run it to here. Good boy, I run it to here instead and work that concept. We're going to move towards Kimuras next week, guys. So we're going to have a look at attacks, escapes, using the Kimuras to pass, using the Kimuras to sweep. We're going to do a fun little drill which involves a little bit of like head rolling as well. So we'll do that as part of the next week's drills. Tomorrow, there's no classes tonight, guys. Tomorrow I've got the class at 10 o'clock. We're going to be doing some gi work. I'm going to be doing a little bit of cardio. Brazilian Jitsu cardio for it. So that's both the kids and the adult classes. So that's Saturday at 10 o'clock. Awesome, guys. Thank you very much. Okay, 1, 2, 3. 4.